Good time zone chat. Happy Friday. Hope the week has treated you well. How's it going? Chat, Gauntlet Day around here. We're going to do Eldraine. Is that the new... Are we doing that because they added that? Yep, there you go. That's my clever mods. Keeping up with the times. Looks like they've added Throne of Eldraine Quick Draft to the offerings here on Arena. So it makes sense that we would touch back on that format today. I really like Eldraine Draft. I don't know what the conventional wisdom of the community is on that. I don't know how it... I think it was pretty well received. Some people didn't like it, but I thought the adventure mechanic really helped carry the format in that it gave me that feeling like you always had something to do. Thank you, David. Yeah, almost 2 years. Thank you for all the support and all the cube design. Mostly we play David Vero's cubes around here. He's a blossoming cube designer, doing great work there. Anyway, I heard some people didn't like it. You know, I've heard people complain that Eldraine wasn't their thing, but I think the adventure mechanic in particular gave me that feeling that I like in Limited, where I'm spending all my mana even late into the game. You know, always something to do. So I'm excited. And I like formats. I think Eldraine was clever how it supported mono-ish color, but without it being the thing, you know? I think that's clever. So, excited. Let us check in with chat, though, before we get fully going. Who we got? How you doing, Jim? I don't think Jim's going to like this one. Bandage, hot heat doesn't seem like Jim's style. Much of my music doesn't seem like Jim's style, but I love that we share with each other regardless. I saw he redeemed my now more expensive listen up. I'm gonna make it cost y'all if you're gonna take up 20-30 minutes of my time. Which is to say, listening to the song a couple of times and then thinking about my reaction to it, you know? How you doing, Cardlinger? Cardlinger is in for Eldraine. I guess we have some conventional wisdom there. Community feedback. Tron knows. I thought of you again on this one, Tron. I was like, well, if Tron doesn't know hot heat, I bet he'll dig this song. Yeah, well, when Listen Up was cheaper, I was getting too much homework. So, and then it was stressing me out because I'd be putting it off. And so I'm going to make it more expensive, and then it won't happen as often. And I was like, Marshall was talking about how he was getting requests to repair watches. You know, he's done, Marshall, my former podcast partner and co-creator of Limited Resources. You all know Marshall. He does the watch repair channel thing now on YouTube, and he was saying that he was getting a lot of business, or a lot of requests for him to do watches, and that he's finding that there's more requests than he knows what to do with, and he wasn't sure what to do about that. And I'm like, raise your price until the requests aren't overwhelming. And I kind of was snarky about him at that, and then was like, wait a second, I can do that too here. Hat throwing around bribes to ensure smoothness today. That's your secret. That Hat finally spills the beans. Firefly G, welcome. Glad to have you live. You're here for the first time on the front side, the pre-video side. I actually do save all this stuff. I haven't put it on YouTube, but I clip all this and call it opening chatter. I have a bunch of videos that are just this blah, blah, blahing.
Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah.
No, blah, blah, blah!
but I haven't made them available on YouTube. I've seen I would wait till it was like I'll make a separate channel for that. I don't want to pollute my main channel with blah blah, but there could be like a side playlist or something that people could watch if they want to. I like chatting with y'all. Maybe people would want to watch it. What's up, Tongo? Generally, one draft to stream. Firefly, I stream for about 3 hours, and so often it's a draft plus a few games of something else, that kind of thing, or a draft and some AMAs and talking. Yeah, it certainly broke standard, but yeah, maybe that's what's going on, Tony. That some people don't like it because they mostly experienced it with bots. It is the format that slapped WotC around and said, "Fick, you can't do this with the bots. Like, you gotta, you need human drafting." When Eldraine launched, it was bot drafting was the only way to do it, and it hit some points where it was not unplayable. Magic is fun enough that it's almost never unplayable, even with bad bots, but it was pretty rote, pretty predictable, and you either forced mill or you lost until they changed the bots to prioritize mill so highly that now if you play against the bots, mill is like impossible to get. I mean, the bot system just wasn't designed to do the heavy lifting of creating a compelling ongoing draft format for expert players. It just wasn't. Because I did it. That wasn't my goal. Excuse me. Hey, to the champ, did he win or just play in the finals? I don't know what you mean by championship, but I was rooting for... Hey, good. Excellent. Excellent. You got to like it when the person you lost to wins the whole thing. Well, I'd be surprised if you found it bad, Jim, but I knew it wasn't going to be like, ooh, that's my new favorite band, right? I mean, wow. It takes a lot for me to find music, earnestly created music, bad. Like, it just might not be my thing. But I can't remember the last time I heard an earnestly produced piece of music that was shared with me and thought, ugh, right? Sometimes it just doesn't hit me, but rarely does it do nails on chalkboard or anything. Yeah, D, we lost in the first round. 0-2. It's like the minimum games I play is 2. The maximum is 15. Yesterday I went with 2. Yeah, that wasn't even close, right, Rob? It was just like... We had one part where we felt clever because we played around the right card, but then it was like he blew us out anyway. Yeah, we sniffed it out. Ha! Oh, all our stuff is gone. Okay, see you next week. Magic Star threatening my hair. Now, I went 7-0 last week. If you happen to 7-0 me today, we're going to have to talk about what that means. Have I earned... I think I've earned a bye at this point. I've 7-0'd y'all twice. We're going to have to discuss things. I haven't figured out how I want to reward myself exactly, but I got some ideas. I've shared some with my mods. I think we're going to have an event coming up. Turns out, when it's your stream, the rules are yours to do whatever you want with. You didn't like it because it felt like mono mill. Did you play 100? Were you all bots? Curious if that's bot related or if your human experience was so milly that you didn't like it. It's one of the I don't It's a redemption. Yeah, there you go. You found it. If there's no innovation, I'm with you, Jim, but I find even the obviously derivative stuff is at least someone's new style take on it. If I like what it's derived from, right? I don't mind derivative work. All music is effectively derivative work. It's exactly how copied and pasted it is, I suppose. One of my theme ideas is that you'll get sometime is riff theft, doing a week of songs that seem unconnected, and then the next week doing a week of songs in which each of them is obviously taken directly from the previous week's song. Exactly, Hat. Pray I don't alter the deal any further, Tron. Wait, there we go. I was doing this. That's pretty great, yeah. Pitchfork giving music a 7.4. That's a good one. Hey, look at me, bottom of chat. Not even 9:20 my time. Let's get going. Mama of the Lotus Sleeves. She saves up for those every week, reminding me of my 1 in 6 performance. I think I've already spun. We'll get some audio. Oh, 6.8. Man, Pitchfork, harsh. Although on average, 6.8 might be about right for music. Mirage, maybe? Yeah, we can do Mirage. All right. Let me get my table info. Have that yet. I think I have everybody buddied that needs buddying. Although maybe just to be sure, I'm going to relaunch client. Should you queue best of 1 or best of 3? The pure experience is best of 3. It's nice to be able to, especially, I mean, if you love aggro, it might be your preference. If you're like, I love aggro decks in cube, play best of 1. They're more powerful there. But if you're like, I like to be doing the dirtily go long stuff, go ahead and do best of 3 and be sure to pick sideboard cards that help you against aggro so that you can respond and win games 2 and 3 if a good aggro deck just buries you in the first game. Lots of people don't seem to understand physics and free will with regards to the possible ways to play cube. All right. Coffee nearing the bottom. Yeah, you might be right, Jim. If this is all just physics, free will is an illusion. But so is the notion that one can only play best of 1 or best of 3 cube. But you do get, like, it's the whole uncertainty principle, right? That there is... let's not go there right now. That's too deep a rabbit hole. Yeah, let's go back to best of 1 versus best of 3 cube. I find best of 1 to be perfectly real magic. Turns out, there we are, slinging cards. All right, give me 1 second to set my lineup, make it easy for me to challenge folks. I'm in the middle of getting on with it, Rob. Don't make me time you out. I'll give you a blah, though.
Take your blah blah to the blah blahologist.
Take your channel points. Rob's trying to get to me. He's doing psychological warfare. He's on your team, chat. See, this is funny. Like, here I was getting on with it. I was doing my work, but I had to stop doing my work to give Rob a meme. So, Rob, your own fault. You're dragging it down all by your own some. All right, we got a couple first-time players. Now, are you sure Prof Wright is first time? Because I added Prof Wright as a buddy, and it already buddied. Maybe Prof and I played casually before or something. But if this is Prof's first official Gauntlet, awesome. And definitely Gimpzilla's first. Looking forward to some first-timers. Why am I your buddy, then? Maybe I just accepted your... Maybe you requested a buddy and I accepted. That happens, too. I kind of just accept whatever buddy requests. Ah, there you go. There you go. Well, awesome. Glad you jumped into the fray, Prof. Now, the window set over here, and we'll get going. No thanks to Rob. Yes, intentionally more expensive. If you want my time off air for a half hour, you got to pay. I think it was just, I thought I just doubled it, but if I tripled it, or went 1.5'd it. Well, it's worth it to you or it isn't. You get to decide. Free will-ish. You can use your illusion of free will to decide if you fake want it or not. And that's not right. Gotta get the right room. Here we go. So the new website is MTGAdraft.tk, just a little less of a mouthful. Still MTGAdraft dot, just a different dot. So Heroku app is not the baseline. All right, we're good. But it's not mtgadraft.com, right? It's just mtgadraft.tk. Okay. All right. Gearing up. Here we go. Welcome everyone. It's Friday on Going Optimal, so we're going to do a chat gauntlet. That's me battling viewers in a MTGAdraft.tk, new website for our friend Senryoku, who has moved the MTGA Draft site to a less of a mouthful location. So MTGAdraft.tk is where you're going to head to do what we're doing. What we're doing is drafting on this third-party website and then exporting the resulting piles over to MTGArena, where we use the friend challenge system, such as it is, to eventually successfully challenge each other and battle it out. And we do best of one because it allows me to play against all 7 competitors who took the time to join me today on stream and play and contribute to this content. And it also creates a nice little set of 7 games where we get to see if chat is going to come up with 4+ or whether I'm going to come up with 4+ and win the week. And of course, if chat can win 5 or 6, there's some shopping involved, and if they can win 7, there's some hair involved. But we're gonna avoid that. I'm just gonna try to get a quick win here and save that possibility from happening today. But you never know. I 7-0'd chat last week, so we know it's possible. And still haven't figured out exactly my reward for that, but we're going to work out something. And thank you for that sub. Appreciate that. Oriboro. Very nice. 11 months. Much appreciated. And the follows coming in too. Very nice. Thank you, everybody, for your support. And further support for me can be done through visiting my sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are purveyors of everything you need for your tabletop magic game. We're going to play Eldraine today. Maybe now that Eldraine is a little bit in the rearview mirror, you've come to understand which of the cards from that set really strike you for maybe your commander decks, your constructed play. And Eldraine has some beautiful alt art stuff. So I love that Card Kingdom's stock is so... inventory is so great that when I just think of a card, oh, I want that special version of that special card, man, they often have it. Like most places, you got to wait a while. Card Kingdom, they usually have it right away. And if they don't, I also know they're buying. Anything they don't have, I know they're actively seeking. And so I do use the wish list feature. If I want to get a card that they don't have at the moment, I use the wish list feature. And then as soon as they do have it, I get an email and I can snap it up and if I get first in line there or first responding to the email, it's a great way to set yourself up to find the special cards that you might be missing in your collection. So just remember to check them out via my affiliate links. You know where they are. But if you go there via my affiliate links, they know you got there from here. It helps keep me on the air. So thank you so much, Card Kingdom, for your support, and everybody here for your support too. And I'm ready to go. Let's hop over to the left monitor and see what it looks like over here. So we've got a little tweak there, but this is our website, or not our website. I say our website because it feels like our website. We're here so much. Senryoku's website, but it's our tool for pulling off this fun event that we go for every Friday around here. Note that this makes it free drafting and drafting in pod, too. My opponents are chatting away. Blah, 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 indeed. Big talk, chat. Everybody ready? Let's do it. Ginger bead hat. That reminds me, looks like hat has a typo. There's a store in the Pike Place Market in Seattle called the Bead Store, B-E-A-D, the Bead Store. But for some reason, people see it and see bread. And it got to the point where they actually wrote underneath, like handwritten underneath their market sign, beads for jewelry, not bread for eating. There was actually a local comedy show that did a bit on it because they just interviewed people and would have them read the sign. They interview tourists coming by and say, "What store is this?" And like just almost all of them would say the bread store. They would even read the subtitle, "Beads for jewelry, not bread for eating, the bread store." don't know if it didn't feel like a typeface. It was weird. I don't know why it was like that. What about the human brain caused it so consistently to do that? Beads are a thing, man. Jewelry maker, you know, people who make their own jewelry love bead stores. I love opening Stone Coil Serpents pack 1 pick 1 because that there is a colorless bomb question mark, hyper flexible. Try to get no. That kind of gets it all on screen. What are we passing to take that sweet, sweet rare? Not too much, really. If you're hyper aggro, Barge In is great as a combat trick. Kind of does the same thing as it has a role somewhat like the one Run Amok. You know, it's a Run Amuck-ish type card. Reaper takes me back to my early days of sparring with our friend Hat. We disagreed on the exact nature, the quality of this card. Unsurprisingly, it was somewhere in between our original opinions in the end. Charm Sleep is playable too, that's fine. But this, I still don't like this going on. Let's do this. Yeah, Animating Fairy is a cool build around for sure. I wonder, yeah, you got to get some tools for it, but having a Windrake as the baseline is really nice. I also like a Shepherd, but you know, we're taking the Stone Coil. I'm just looking at what we would take if we weren't taking this. And yeah, it's probably Animating Fairy for the build around, or just Charm Sleep for the straight up solid removal. Youthful Knight's fine in aggro too. So there's a lot of fine stuff here, but Stone Coil is far and away the best. The artifacts were not all awful. Animating Fairy was at its best with Witching Well and food tokens, frankly. You can animate your food, start going to town with that. Yeah, I should forget these, but this is my, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Welcome to my icons. Fae of Wishes, Charmed Sleep. Let's see, we're wide open color-wise. We can do whatever. Sorcerer's Broom, also colorless, but not quite good enough to take here, I don't think. Carver's okay. I guess Fae of Wishes is okay. Yeah, we can take Secret Keeper and start towards being the bad guy. Almost like a Charmed Sleep, but I suppose if we want to do if we want to be the Miller, we should take this and see. Kind of feel like a generic Fae of, you know, I mean, 1/4 flyer for 2 is fine, and then the adventure side is nice. Maybe Ico. What are you talking about? I got to get my chat box up anyway here. Oh, I see. You're talking formats. I thought you were mentioning a card in the set, in the pack. Well, what you want to start? You know, like, well, I think Fae. It's not exciting, but not really. Maybe Into the Story is better. Like drawing a bunch of cards. Maybe I take Into the Story. Like, although I guess. Like, these work really well together. All right, I'll go for the bad guy role. We'll see. We'll take a Secret Keeper and see if it's open. Here we get the Witching Well I was talking about. That's perfectly fine with that artifact converter. But here's an Into the Story I'll take. Sundering Stroke is pretty good though too. I'm surprised this is still here. It's really. You know, ideally you get the red mana, but that's not realistic. Mostly you get 7 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets, and it's usually a 2-for-1 at least. Yeah, so I think we take the stroke. These passing these into the stories is rough, but the stroke is 2 for 1. It's an expensive one. 7 mana is real, so I get that, but I think it's good enough to take there. Yeah, Frank Miller's not a paragon of virtue and love for fellow humans. So we're taking... Yeah, I don't know if we're playing the Secret Keeper at this point. We're passing a lot of good blue. I'm going to be surprised if the... I feel like if we end up in blue, we're going to really be fighting for it. And it's a pretty deep color in the format, so it could still work. But second Secret Keeper, we're kind of priced into going for that now, right? 2 keepers. Covetous Urge, also interesting. But if we're going to be the bad guy, we got to commit. I'm going to take it. You think it's too good to pass? But it's not... I mean... You gotta be mono blue or blue black. This is not a blue red card. I'm gonna stick to the plan. You say Covetous Urge too good to pass. I say it is too color heavy, frankly. I mean, if we end up mono blue, great. Then I'll wish we had that or whatever, but I'm fine committing to the keepers and seeing. You got to cut these. If you pass these and let people know that it's available, you fight for it, and you don't want to be fighting for that. Now here, Lock Dragon, given the Sundering Stroke we're hoping to play, makes a lot of sense to me. Heraldic Banner, interesting. If we do end up more in the nearly mono blue, maybe splash some red. But this is a perfect card if we do end up mono blue, or if we end up leaning a little bit red. It's equally castable. Yeah, Ironcrag Feet plus Sundering Stroke is a combo, but not one we are going to seek out here. Milling is powerful when it comes together, but if you come up short, you can end up with a really weak deck too. So somewhat dangerous to head towards the mill strategy. It tends to have this tipping point where it feels unbeatable, but until then, it can feel like you're falling behind. We take a Sanctuary here. If we end up heavy blue, you can get back something that you want. What else is here for us? I mean, that's the thing, that it's about what we're taking instead. We could take a Paladin. So I like Paladin. Wolverine, I guess red-blue is technically the draw your second card color, but the Bloodhaze Wolverine isn't a super good payoff for that. I'm going to take the Paladin or the Sanctuary. If we successfully do the keepers, the Sanctuary is better. Paladin, yeah, let's take the Sanctuary. I just think, yeah, Sanctuary seems a little bit better. Paladin's upside is that it's a card that's just a common now. Reeve Soul still here. We're going to take that, and maybe we do end up blue-black. Would make the dragon tougher, but I don't see... I mean, Once in Future is strong as well. That's a surprise to see that here. Which one is banned? We'll take the Soul. Is this banned in Pauper? Oh, okay. It's like, I don't see anything banned, but I don't follow Pauper too closely. Thrill does work with the blue-red mechanic. It's just not really what we're trying to prioritize here. But now we're getting to the dregs anyway. I've never found the Skull Knocker to be very good at all. Yeah, Tempting Witch, you're right. I do have a black card. I should take Tempting Witch. It's the best card here, and if black-blue is open, we can backdoor into that, give up Lock Dragon, and maybe still splash the Stroke. This is at least good to see. I mean, Barge In is not what Secret Keepers are doing. So maybe we take a Bloodhaze Wolverine here to make sure we're getting on board early if we're playing red. Yeah, mediocre red, but at least it's a lot in the color in our one of the second color possibilities here, and also the other second color possibilities in the pack too. So I'm not taking the Cottage. We're nowhere close to running the Cottage, not even close. So I'm gonna pass that. Maybe somehow we come back around to that by the end of the draft and are heavy enough black for that, but I don't even like it when I'm heavy black that much. Might have to take something like this. One thing about Lash of Thorns, if you are Secret Keepering, is that it, people just attack into the Secret Keepers. Yeah, I got a couple of 3/3s. They're going to block one of them. This is nice. It turns your Secret Keeper into removal, basically, if we're in these colors, and nothing else here matters for us. And Mantle of Tides, not where it's at. Another Lash of Thorns. If we pick up a bunch of Keepers, I would play multiples. You'd spec on the Unicorn. Boy, if we end up white, I'll be surprised, but maybe. Take another one of these. I don't like where it's going so far. Hang on here. But if we get hooked up with the Keepers from here, we could make this a thing still. Looks like white open by available colors here, but none of these are good cards. Take a cow. Yes, it was a late Halberd. Somebody in green is probably happy with that, huh? We're going to take a Return to Nature. What we're looking for, we want Runaway Togethers for the Secret Keepers. That's part of the secret sauce. If you get enough Secret Keepers, every Runaway Together is like another copy of Secret Keeper. Not only that, another copy of Secret Keeper that helps keep you alive. We can take this Covetous Urge. Now that we do have some play into the black territory, and certainly our Wolverine and Sundering, like Lock Dragon, again, not really, we can't really play it if we get a mix of black and blue, but Covetous Urge would be a nice replacement. Yeah, exactly. All that blue we passed disappeared. Hopefully, if nobody else is doing Secret Keepers, it should be okay. The thing about Secret Keepering is that you want different things than a lot of other blue drafters. But if we're competing with Secret Keepers, it could be trouble. But at that point, we're going to lean into, we're going to end up 2-color, and hopefully we have some other things to do. And I'm going to take Covetous Urge. Epic Downfall for straight-up removal. But again, I don't know if we're competing with Keepers. If we're not, part of the benefit is that you're supposed to be able to wheel these. But if we don't, if we leave this here, it could be, oh man, look at the green going by. And we saw some good green, so I think I'm worried about the green drafters at the table. It feels like whoever landed in green is in an excellent place. Do you think we should intentionally wheel this? Because if you think that if we don't wheel this, we should bail on that. I mean, I might do it just because, yeah, Epic Downfall is so good, right? I think I'll do it just on the strength of the quality of this removal. And we'll see. It'll be a big sign, at least. And this is pick 2, so only pick 1 would have a better chance of wheeling it. So there is a good chance we wheel if we don't see it. Hopefully we get something like Foreboding Fruit. Such good green here, though. Tempting Witch, number 2. Runaway Together is what I was talking about as quasi-copies of Secret Keeper. Mirror Maid enters as a copy of any artifact or enchantment, not creature. So you need to be... Now, we do have Stone Coil, but if you try to copy Stone Coil, it says 0/0. You get what's in the sleeve, not what's on top of the sleeve. Oh, Breeden, I feel you if you've been around here. I just paid about 17 grand to be able to flush my toilet again. Anyway, we're going to take Runaway together. Oh, neat, Siriana. That's cool. Magic Mirror, not a real card. Reef Soul is... So it's Malevolent Noble. I'm going to take the Reef Soul, though. If we do successfully Secret Keep, attacking isn't even that big a deal. Blocking is, and Malevolent Noble does that, too. But we're going to take Reef Soul. So you're supposed to close on it. Does that mean you're not going to close on it? Are you going to renegotiate given the new information? Or are you going to bite the bullet and say, like, it's worth it even for this extra cost? We want this place. Yeah. Well, deadlines. Magic design is hard. Maybe this wasn't the magic mirror that the game wanted, or even the designers wanted, but at some point it's pencils down and you tell Del that the set is done. Del Loggle, the most unheralded, important person in Wizards of the Coast. Most people do not know how much they owe Del for the love of their game. She's intimidatingly right. Intimidatingly smart. Like, when she's not on your side, you just wilt because you know you're just probably wrong. It's very... Oh, did I just yammer and take something random? I don't know. What did I do there? Hopefully I selected a card we wanted. I was busy talking about Del. What do we want here? This is garbage. Heraldic Banner? Another Lash of Thorns. Skaldheim is not unplayable. 4 mana to deal 3 to a creature. We have a lot of removal, though. No, Del is a lead editor, but that's undersells. Like, I don't know what her official title is, but her official title should be person who's right about everything and keeps us from messing up too badly. That's her official title. Skaldheim, you like Turtle? Yeah. I guess it blocks, but it blocks for 4 mana. That's so much for a 1/5 blocker. And you want that... Again, I just don't even like the Cottage. Banner was where I was at, but I don't know what this is doing for us, really. I guess we get Secret Keepers with power, if we want it. I'm going to take it, just because there's not much else here. Yeah, hate drafting can be correct. That's true. You could take an out muscle if we didn't like anything else here. There's another banner, though. Look at this. The green is... I almost want to pivot to green. Jeez. Green has just been super open, and it's a good color in the format, too, so it's a little bit of a surprise, but we're all rusty as well. 2 banners is almost a plan. I'll take the second one. But we're getting no blue, so it happened exactly as I feared. Like, we're basically fighting so heavily for blue that I want to almost focus on the black angle here. Lost Legion is not incredible, but it's okay. Kenneth's Transformation is fine, but we're so far from green, we're going to have to let that sail. Yeah, we could pivot to Golgari. Really need to focus on the black and possibly get into the green as a light touch. The one thing about this format is that it does ask you to be heavy in something, but then you can be light in something else. And if you're light enough, you can get it later. So like if we just decide, look, we're getting laid out muscles, let's go ahead and be green, black, green. I barely see Witch's Cottage. I don't know, like, everybody's talking about Witch's Cottages. I think these lands largely stink. And they largely make you lose more. And I'm not into them. Smitten Swordmaster is acceptable, given where we're at. Like, if we're looking to get Secret Keepers back in black, let's find ourselves a Forever Young. Forever Young I'm into. All right, pack 2, pick 9. We are 1 pick away from seeing whether we wield a Secret Keeper. I think there's no way. Given the complete lack of blue here, someone's at least going to hate it. But we can take another Mystic Sanctuary, or we could even grab a Giant Skewer. Again, we're skewing more black anyway. Acolyte, if we wanted to hedge green, is totally possible as well. But I'm looking at Skewer or Acolyte now. I mean, Sanctuary, well, maybe I should keep going with the Sanctuary one more time, because if we do... look at how light blue we are, really. I need to accept that the blue is kind of dried up and figure out the new plan. And Acolyte is okay, but I'm going to take Giant Skewer. It's playable and it's in our clear color at this point. And now so you can take a Tree Folk. Again, I want the... If we're going to get into green, let's get the green that's a little bit later. But also, I'm just going to take Tempting Witch. I mean, okay, we'll be black. We'll be black and see where this goes. Bloodhaze Wolverine is just long gone. We're never playing that. Maybe we splash the Stroke, but I also don't see how we play Lock Dragon at this point, so I'm going to cut that. Elite Headhunter. Youthful Knight still being here is a surprise. This is a real card. Surprised that that's still here. This is almost not a real card. Like, we take Youthful Knight on the cutting good stuff side of things, but I think if we had to, we would play a Headhunter. Yeah, we could go Sundering Stroke, Headhunter, red-black land, so we'll take it. It's not good, though. Not a good card. It's like one of the worst in this cycle, because like you do the thing and you're like, wait, I did all this work and what do I get? 2 damage. I have to sacrifice? What? It's like, it's not great. But we'll see. And none of these are playable, really. If our opponents play any of these, we'd be happy. We don't need any more Lash of Thorns. I'll take a Mantle. But we didn't wheel the other Keeper, and we may just be letting go of the whole evil Keeper thing. But how are we winning? We got 1 pack to save my hair here. Here's where I'll take a Witch's Cottage. Fine! I'll draft a Witch's Cottage. Are you happy? This is where you should take it. There's a banned card. Excellent and constructed, to the point that they said you can't play it anymore. But where are we? What a largely awful open. I mean, maybe we do take the Once Upon a Time. We're thinking of backing into black anyway. Or not, sorry, backing into green. We're definitely black. Mad Ratter. What Paladin? Yeah, Paladin. I bet we wheel this, although maybe we should take one of the black cards and wheel another one, like get a Witch on the wheel. Yeah, I suppose I should take one of the black cards, because we now need to make up playables, because we're probably not playing blue, which is where we started. We do have the double banner, so I'm kind of looking to lean into black creatures where we can. So let's go ahead and take... Man, it might be Tempting Witch, or even... not Ginger Brute, because we want actually black cards. Barrow Witches gets Knights back. That's interesting, too. Let's go on Paladin for right now. I just don't think this is going to be taken by anybody. Like, I think I want Barrow Witches. This seems like the one that most... like might most likely to be taken by somebody else, and it's a 2-for-1 enough of the time for us with where we're headed. We have the Swordmaster, the Lost Legion, so we have a cup and the Headhunter, so we have some knights to get back. I'm going to take the Witches and then try to wheel something else black creature wise from this pack. Gift, we want Bacon to a Pie almost certainly. Another keeper here, but has the ship sailed? Feels like this ship has sailed. And black is pretty open, so we should just lean into what's open. If at least 3 black mana was spent to cast a spell, put the top 4 cards of your library into your graveyard. You may choose a creature card in your graveyard. If you do, return to the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. That's okay, but that's still 5 mana. Didn't say Please and Secret Keeper are best buds, but we're going to take Bacon to a Pie. We're heavy black now. Let's do this. Mike says jump back on the Keeper train. No, maybe we'll get another one. But we're heavy black, and Bacon to a Pie is excellent. And maybe we run heavy black, light blue for the Keepers. Yep, Urge is nice in that situation as well. Charmed Sleep there. Another Bacon to a Pie over Cauldron Familiar or Queen of Ice or Charmed Sleep. I'd love to find some card draw now. We've got a lot of removal, and when you find yourself with a ton of removal, you really want to find the card draw, or the removal can let you down. You can end up in a game where it's like, yeah, I had a lot of removal. I traded off 1-for-1 for a bit, but then I drew more lands than they did. They ended up with some leftover creatures, and those leftover creatures killed me. Whereas if you can get some card draw, you trade off 1-for-1 for a bit, you reload, and then even if you get a little unlucky in terms of how much land you're drawing, you still keep pace with your opponent. So really, if you find yourself with a lot of removal, you should be prioritizing card draw if you can. We're taking another Bacon to a Pie over like an Opt. And yeah, I mean, all this removal seems great, but I don't feel comfortable that we have actually a good deck yet. We just have a lot of removal, and we need to figure out how we're actually going to win the game. I know how I'm going to stop you from winning. Draw removal. But how are we going to win? Yeah, if we'd known we were getting so much bakage, we could have taken the other keeper. Tempting Witch, Spinning Wheel, Jousting Dummy, Henge Walker are not unreasonable artifacts. Cauldron Familiar. If you're... just don't think this is really worth it. It's annoying, but I don't think it's... although, you know, we do have double banner. That's pretty interesting with the familiars. But Tempting Witch is good enough to just take that. And... yeah, Fires of Invention. Banned. Familiar. Banned. Or was it the Oven? I can't... yeah, anyway. We got the Witch. Let's take the Witch. See, I'm kind of on this now. Look at this deck. And the coffee is done. Cut the DSP. Are we creature heavy enough to skewer? Pretty light on creatures here, which is what we, you know, was my concern really. Yeah, maybe we take a merchant. We're light enough on creatures that we should probably take the merchant. You're right, Tron. Hey, Wireski. Or Wire Sky. Have I asked you that? I feel like I've asked you. But now, since I've been making the Blood Ski joke with Kaldheim, it's going to be hard not to call you Wire Ski. Yeah, didn't say please is the best card here, but are we ever going to play it? I don't think we're in blue anymore. And I'm not going to hate draft when our playables are so low and our creature count is so low. I'm going to take Merchant. Really? What? I don't know what you're... What do you mean not cut all the blue, Mike? You want to bring in this tiny package of mill? I don't understand why we would do that. Memory Theft, not super playable. But what are we doing? Are we going to hate draft here? Yeah, Spyglass for the gems, sure. I'll take Memory Theft, but I doubt we're running it. Lost Legion is a great pickup here, actually. Happy to see that. We need some playables, and it's a knight. And then we're going to wheel a pack 1 that had a bunch of black in it, so I'm hoping we get a good pick next pick, too. I don't really see the Scarecrow. If I'm playing a Scarecrow, something went horribly wrong, I think. It's not unplayable. It just means, and maybe horribly is strong, but it didn't. If I'm resorting to playing a Scarecrow, I'm unhappy. I'll say that. Yeah. So wow, a lot of the black went away too. But we can take a Headhunter. It's another knight. Again, I don't love. We can take Ginger Brute, but I think we're more controlling than Ginger Brute wants to be. And Ginger Brute's not black, so it doesn't get a bump from the banners. I take the Hunter. Gift comes back. We get a Searing Barrage. That's more removal. I guess we already have removal. This represents another creature, and it would be a bigger one. Yeah, Brute and Skewer is cute, but again, I just feel like we're not as aggro as the Brute is, I think. But maybe that would have been better. Do we ever need this? We're with 3 Bacon to a Pies and the Reeve Souls, I just don't think we need that. I'll take a gift in case we decide. Trail of Crumbs still being here. Maybe I cut that. Like, this shouldn't be here. I'm going to take the crumbs from somebody else. Redcap Raiders could be playable in Desperation, but we're trying and not play that. Heck, going to try and not play the Merchant of the Veil, really. Ogre Errant is a knight. I could see splashing that, given our creature count. I'm going to cut the cottage so we understand our playables. Familiar comes back around. And I, again, don't really want to be doing this. I'll take another Raiders that we hope not to play. We're never playing that. I'm going to take the Familiar and hope not to play that instead. Never playing the Shriek. Probably cutting a Lash of Thorns. Well, this is very medium. I'm not expecting to win the week with this deck. I'm hoping to save my hair with this deck. Let's see. This is close to what we want to run. This is 24 up here. And with a double Heraldic banner and being mostly monocolored, and being best of 1, all of those things lead to me to want to be 24-16. So then the question is, any of these random red dudes need to go in? Or are we adding back any blue? Final creature count in deck right now is 11, 12. We've got the Stonecoil Serpent, and 11 non-artifacts. Yeah, no, I wouldn't run. I think the blue is dunzo. Maybe, I don't know. I'd be curious to see what happens in this draft if we took that third Secret Keeper that we tried to wheel and failed. Maybe if we took that third Secret Keeper, it would have been more open. But I think blue was just not open and was not going to be. And almost, we kind of saw that coming. The early blue was strong and heavy, so we were just taking some blue but passing good blue as well. I like how we eventually pivoted, though. I question this Cauldron Familiar. We called that one of our creatures. I would rather run a random, you know, like put the Merchant back in and cut the Familiar. Right. We would have had 4 Secret Keepers if we had done that. But I don't know if we would have, Siriana, because I don't know if we would have stuck with blue if the blue continued to be as closed off as it was after, even if we had taken that. So I could use a bio break before we get going here, gang. Let me know if you would make any changes to this deck, or is this it? That's the question. I will be right back. All right. Gotta love chat calling the no before we've even started. I look forward to the hair meme. Let's break D's heart in the first game. At least export. Oh, let's export this. Missing the cards that I wish I had in this deck that I don't are really just Forever Young and Foreboding Fruit. If we'd picked up one or two of either of those, I'd feel actually pretty good about the deck. I just feel it has some weakness because of lack of card draw. Boy, a guy says he doesn't like his deck this week, and suddenly everybody's running for their scissors. Let's see. You got to go to decks. Not you, True. The one voice of reason in chat. For now. For the moment. I'll let you know when you're not. All right, let's look. One try. Yeah, 12. We're fine. We're fine. And I want to cut. Actually, we need to cut the blue, and then probably go 412. Makes Covetous Urge a little tougher to cast. Kind of makes this like a 6 or 7 drop in terms of how much land I need, potentially. But I think we need at least 4 mountains for the red stuff we've got going on. And in desperation, I could play Banner on red, but we really don't want to do that. We are trying to make our creatures bigger with the Banner. And that doesn't make enough creatures bigger. So medium bottom end, bad bottom end cards, but great top end cards and a lot of removal. So let's see if we can get there. Let's see. We're going to call this Kill 'Em All. Help me with capitalization. Any grammar experts out there? Is it this or is it? That doesn't seem right. It's this, right? Like if I abbreviate away the beginning of the word, I don't capitalize the middle of the word, right? Anyway, let's go. No, don't look at music. Music does not know how to capitalize crap. Music song titles capitalize things like the in the middle of the song title. No. Yeah, that's what my gut told me, Jim, but I thought I'd see if I could get a final call. All right, we're going to go. All right, Jim, what are you playing? What are your colors? You're looking at my deck. Tell me about yours. Jim Drazi. All right, we're going to go with this. Merchant is our substitute for card draw in the deck, so I'm going to lean on Merchant, I think. Yeah, we had a weird draft too, Jim. We are not where we started, I'll say that. But I'm coming for you. Let's go. In this case, it is a shocker if you if you saw the whole draft. Started on Secret Keeper blue, and then the blue dried up incredibly fast. Yep, we got, it was Mirage, right? Oh, but it didn't get, sorry, Mama, I gotta get your sleeves, my bad. Skewer not great here, given our lack of creatures, but the Tempting Witches need some more fodder, so I do like that part of it. We get to keep this at least. Gotta love the Mirage Mountain, yeah. All right, with the 4 lands, third swamp, I think we play Mountain and we go ahead and we pitch a swamp to the Merchant before we untap. Drop a Skewer, and now we have a Legion on 3, which I like because we get the Scry. Which I will probably now look for land if we don't draw a 4th. I mean, I pitch lands when I have 4 early because you're just going to draw your fair share on average. And that's, you know, this is what I'm expecting to happen. This is why I pitched this one, and if this didn't, I liked that Legion could help us find our 4th land. But now we have our 4th land, and we can make decisions on that front. I'm going to drop the Legion as expressed. And scry it up. Ooh, Covetous Urge with the Swamp is playable. And I think we want to keep that because I think we can, Jim's not going to be able to empty his hand before we resolve the Urge, and we can keep the Swamp to get there on it. Maybe I'll put the Urge on top in case, I don't know if there's, if Jim mills, let's draw the more powerful card ASAP if he mills us. But if he mills us now, we lose both anyway. I don't think there's a choice of Battlefield, no. Skull Knocker. Now, I like putting out something that we are willing to block with. We could hook up the Giant Skewer and stay on D, and then we get a 4/4 on defense. If we play Merchant, we do look to have a double block on the Skull Knocker. That's a 1/1. That's fine too. Tempting Witch also represents a 1/1 double block. I kind of like Tempting Witch in that if we double block and Jim kills the Witch, we have another one behind to throw the food. Merchant I don't want dead because it could be critical to giving us the long game advantage. I'm going to play the Witch and be willing to double block. We have Barrow Witches in hand if we double block and Jim blows us out or just chooses to kill the Legion, then we at least get the Legion back with the Witches. The +2/+2 trample would be really effective for Jim here. That is 2. So we got 2 for 1, but we get to 2 for 1 with the Barrow Witches to recover a bit. Whoa. Whoa. So we can get Dragonfire if we want, at least, with the Urge. The equip cost here is 3, so we can't really just hook that up. I think we need to go Barrow Witches and block. But we don't. Urge has... I mean, Covetous Urge is at its best when you pull from hand, yes, but you can choose from graveyard, too. So, we kind of need to 2 spell. I want to Urge, but we don't really have the time. But we can Merchant and Legion or Witch and Legion. We could also... Yeah, I think we need to Legion... Ooh, Epic Downfall and Reeve Soul. Very nice. 3 or greater, 3 or less. These basically get both of them. So we're going to happily keep both of these. And try to make it there. So, how do we want to... Yeah, that's why we're going to want to block and trade with the Bone Crusher if possible, although might have to just chump that. Let's see. We can take... Well, let's see. How do we survive best survive the turn? We can also be at a virtual 8, and then the 2-3 can trade here, and this isn't going to be enough to get us, and then we get to untap into the removal. So that's tempting. Skewer on, so we put the Skewer on, we get the 4/4, and then we have the trade on the Giant, but we set ourselves up to be dead to very little. No shaming for how people want to enjoy this day, Prof. Many people choose to help. Let it go. So, yeah, Alucardi says we die to removal, and that's my concern there, right? But we haven't seen, I mean, Jim has, maybe Jim does have removal. Okay, that's cool, Prof. No emotes mean I can't read joke in it. Because if we throw out the Witch, it's a lot like the Skewer in that it provides a block on the Bone Crusher Giant, but it allows us to chump and not lose to straight up removal. So I think I'm going to go with the Witch play again so that we don't straight up lose to removal. And that's why, but life loss on the Giant doesn't matter if we double block it successfully here. All right, well, let's see if Jim got lucky off the top here. He just thrilled away to get 2 fresh ones. This could blow us out, or we could potentially survive. So, let's see. We have 6 total mana. We need the Veil, and we need at least 3 life, right? So I think we just have to Veil and actually hold up life, not Downfall. Could also Covetous Urge But again, Covetous Urge just lets us, we could pick off something, but then we don't have the tools to live. We can't win unless we crack one of these foods, right? Yeah, we could crack both of those. That's fair too. 5, 6, yeah, we could, because this is 2 per, so we could get a virtual 7, take out the Raiders, and live. Yeah, all right, so let's downfall the Trampler and then eat food. I like it. That's the one I'm talking about, right? Not this one? Yeah, first strike could be rough, but we have the food. Don't fear the... I do fear the Ratter, but on some level we have to... we didn't have room, D. If we cast Urge at any point in this game, we'd be dead. Come on. Urge doesn't... Urge allows you to cast something later. Urge lets you pay 4 mana to cast something later. We never had time for that. I'm gonna time you out. Now it's too late. Here, do this. Yeah, the Ratter is scary, but I mean, this is the thing that tramples over and kills us. Yeah, so you would have gone for the Ratter? I don't know. All feels like trouble to me. And this attack feels like trouble. Kind of feels like the +2, the red combat trick. Maybe I'm supposed to go, given that, maybe I'm supposed to go Wolverine? But if they go 2 spell... Yeah, I guess we gotta do this. Yeah, if it's Embercleave, whatever, salute. No, we got 6 life. Yeah, dumb card. Dumb card is dumb. All right, good work, Jim. Pretty good plan to stay alive till Embercleave. Fair and balanced. Yep. We had a game of Magic, and then Embercleave showed up. Although, really, the +2/+2 team gets... Non-humans get trample would have been enough, too, I think. Yeah, exactly. There was... Oh my god, D. Shut the hell up. I time out anybody who goes on about undefeated after frickin' 1 win. Shut the hell up. Gimpzilla, thank you for joining the fray. This is Gimp's first time. Did we get you? I don't see you on here yet. Do we need to restart? Let me try it this way. Gimp, you around? Is this showing up? Have you restarted and friended me, Gimp? I don't see you here. And I don't see it here. And my friend request is outstanding. Gimp. Inauspicious first show. Let's try again. Okay. Next, we'll skip to dominate. Card best of one. Oh, sorry, I played up there in the corner. I mean to be down here. Get the gimp. All right, Phil, I understand. We'll catch you later. You get your stuff done, then come back and say hi. See how we did. Not amazing, but we can keep this on the strength of Swordmaster Reeve Soul Skewer. Can skewer up a Swordmaster. That's an intimidating attack. Ooh. I could play the mountain in case we want to, but I'm not gonna. There's nothing in hand that I don't want a merchant yet. I don't have enough info about this hand, so I'm just gonna play a swamp. And that's why I decided to leave it with Swamp. If we find a bunch of Swamps, we can Covetous Urge at the earliest time. I'm going to go with the Swordmaster for now, and we'll see if Nate comes up with more dwarves or not. And I'm not going to block. There's that stroke. I don't love using Reeve Soul on a Curious Pair. I'm gonna not do that for now. Let's take some more turns before we spend our removal and drop a Tempting Witch. Nothing about blue looked open to me, Jim. Well, Reeve Soul does not get it done against Yorvo here. That's pretty scary. We passed Yorvo out of one of our first picks, I think, and we were saying green was the widest open. But what we saw, Jim, is that green was wide open. If I could go back and do the draft again, I would just jump in on green. Yeah, you think Reeve Soul is not CMC, it's power. So can't do that. Let's play the Lost Legion and set up our draw here. Try to find something. All right, there is mana and banner. What does banner do for us? Kind of gets everything big enough. I think we want both of those. Do you agree? I mean, that's the next two draws, so we got to make sure that's what we're cool with that on the next two draws. I guess we could go Giant Skewer, Reeve Soul next turn. I guess the question is, do we even have time to play that banner, and is it what we want? I kind of want to dig for bake in the pie for Yorvo, but we need. I'm going to skip the banner. I think we need the land, but we need to find. Although that gives us the urge. Yeah, see, urge is not great when you're under pressure. D's like criticizing me for not playing urge. We had no time to play urge last time and are looking at a situation where we might not have any time this time either. But I'm not sure about this banner. So if we keep the banner, we untap, we play it, and then we have 2 mana available, which we could then Reave Soul or Skewer or something after that. All right, I'll include it. Maybe it gives us the power to stop Yorvo, but that thing's a beast. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, Jim. Like, I can keep the banner, its ramp, its power, but I think it's the power to the creatures that helps. If we can keep the Swordmaster alive and increase its power, throw a Skewer on it, we can make back a lot of ground that Yorvo's going to cost us here. But green creatures making Yorvo bigger is just bad news. We have 3... ways to 3 bake into a pies, though, that we can dig for. And, yeah, I gotta take this. But at least Yorvo didn't get bigger, so there's something positive. And we can Reave the 7 dwarves now. And then either save food or Skewer. I guess Skewer... Although, we're not going to give ourselves anything to cast next turn anyway. We can just do the food next turn, though. So, all right, we'll play the Skewer. Yeah, Lord Tongo, I mean, you heard my consternation about it, but at least I mean, we needed the land. There's no sense digging for a bake in the pie we can't cast, right? So then it came down to banner, and does it do enough for us? This is looking grim. I don't see how we survive this. And maybe I should think in terms, not presume the banner is correct even, but we do get 5 power, so we could double block Yorvo, and if no other green creatures, that would at least kill the Yorvo and give us some life back. And we even have an extra 3 life from the food. So we'll do this. Human Warlock, Human Knight. Well, human dead. All right. Yeah, we're just getting rared to pieces here without being able to get to ours. Gimpzilla looks ready now. Good games, Nate. Been a back foot all day so far. And that's why you put the cards in your deck, right? Just need a little more time than I'm getting, and frankly, a little more of my removal. I mean, this deck is stuffed with removal, and we're not finding much of it given what's happened. We're going to keep this and see about whether or not we play Stonecoil Serpent early. Glad to be on the play at least. But not sure I want a Serpent on 2. Might depend on what Gimp shows. Here comes the mill. So given that, I think we wait. Although getting a 2/2 and a 2/3 can attack through an 0/4. You got it, Nate. Thanks for playing. If we get Stone Coil as a 4/4, though, it just attacks through these things. I feel like we're going to get Runaway together, though. You know what? I'm going to do it. This isn't my favorite use of this card. But yeah, I think we just need to use our mana up. Yeah, me too, Jim. I had 2 Secret Keepers after 4 picks and just abandoned the blue. Make him block. We do have a +2/+1 combat trick. And let's go see what's on top here. Gotta drop the Ogre Errant, and I think the Swamp as well. I don't like either of these. Good scry for us in that way. Watch it, Krauser. I time people out for talking about no-nos in the second inning. Just ask D. I do tire of chat talking about my, winning once or twice and being like, yeah, but I'm sorry. I shouldn't be snippy. Enjoy your event. All right, glad to see that. We can actually get some card quality going with the Merchant, which we're going to hard cast. Well, actually, maybe we start with pitching the Mountain now, or pitching the Swamp now. And then we can also cast the Witch, so I like that. Let's send first, though. Yeah, lots of mana up. It's worrisome, but I'm going to send. Probably could be like it didn't say please. But the Merchant can't be... Well, I guess, yeah, this is a... I was thinking of this something like a... You know how you can't counter Foretell? It was in my head, I was like, Adventures like Foretell. No, that's just straight up casting a spell. So we got to watch out for that. I could rummage on their turn, true, but what if we find something that we want to do on our turn? Like, I want to rummage to find action besides a Witch. So I'm gonna, if they get the Veil, they get the Veil. But I'm gonna do the Haggle. Right. And if this gets countered, then we play another Witch. And then the Witch starts throwing some food and... Yeah, I don't mind that at all, really. I mind it a little, but we traded for a Drown in the Loch. That's fine. I don't mind that because we got the other one, and Skewer's not a bad draw if we can resolve it. Let's see if we face another Drown in the Loch. I don't think the Swamp matters on that axis, but I'm gonna... Do we have any other looting? We've lost our Rummager. There's really nothing else that's going to let us turn this swamp into value, so I'm not going to mess around. I'm just going to play it. Yeah, we did see a dispute. And I'm going to play this on the... Well, we play it here. We spread around... But we can play it on one of these, and let's see, what's the damage? If we make a 4-power creature and they don't block, we get a Witch and a 4-power through for 5. If we put it on the Witch, they block the Witch and we get through for 4. Yeah, I kind of like going ahead and putting it here and threatening something that actually kills the Keeper. And if they do something like run away together on the Serpent, we get to replay it for bigger. So I like it there. With this active Witch, you could argue Gimpzilla's at a virtual 4 right now. I'm going to start looking to chuck food. Hey, that's that Paladin that didn't come back for us. Let's see. Now I like potentially moving the skewer over to the... Although, you know, we move the skewer to the Legion. It becomes a 4/4 and still trades with the Paladin. But basically, although I guess if we send the Serpent and they try to trade the Paladin, at least we get a point of damage via trample. But chumping gives us more food to chuck. And then if we can get one piece of trample through and a piece of food, then we have 3 witch chucks before they're dead. So I'm going to send in the trampoline right here and leave the Legion back. See if they put the Secret Keeper on as well. Yeah, that's what I would do to make sure that you at least get the prevent the trample. Yeah, ooh, we get 2. I even forgot about that. So we go move Skewer to Legion now. And the Witch is going to start throwing food until we win or our witches are gone. Gimpzilla probably has that Covetous Urge. We passed. We ended up with 1 in our deck, but not 2. Current state suggests Gimp is top decking for answers to Witch and has 1 more draw to do it. 2 more draws? We'll see. Anyway, we're gonna chuck food. I'll sandbag 1 land to pretend we got something, and we'll throw the Skewer on the Witch. Makes it a little tougher. They got several draws here. I mean, Witch is putting a clock on them, but I don't feel super confident that they won't find something to at least pause the problem. I think we have one more witch. Didn't we get 3? Yeah, we have one more witch that we could even find if this one were to die. There you go. Top deck answer found, and now we are looking for our own. Banner on black. Where's our removal? I swear. We got a Reeve Soul. Oh, I guess there's one. We got our removal milled. That's what happened. Exiling Oathsworn could be okay. Is there a reason to put Skewer on the Tempting Witch? Probably not. This isn't an instant, so we got to do this now. Yeah, let's just get rid of the big boy. Oh, if you can. Got to pause here, but it could be food-based. Food explains the pause, at least. Okay. Grow Noble then, but gotta get it rid. Gotta get rid of it, right? Mouthful of butter. Flooding a bit here, not helping us at all. But Gimp has it going too, making me eat my words on Witch's Cottage, but maybe should I be playing our Witch's Cottage? I guess I should. I think we have one, right? And I didn't put it in. It's good enough in this deck. We're nearly mono black. That would help we get our witch back right now, you know? Ugh, that's kind of GG. Yeah, Serpent would be pretty hard to stop, I suppose, too. But that's exactly the card draw I wanted, and... well, not exactly. We didn't end up in blue, but... welcome to streaming, but that's not how to get me to play. Join our Discord, check in with Motor City Mama, and play in this event with me sometime. All right, here we go. I'm going to draw a basic land and give you the flood meme. Oh no, we got it. No, this isn't a knight though, so that doesn't matter. But it's at least a creature. Style points. All this doesn't really matter, though. We're losing to Into the Story. We basically need to find our other copy of the Witch and hope that somehow Into the Story did not find GIMP any additional removal. Attack is understandable given the Foulmire Knight, but we're going to take this and hope we draw some of our copious amounts of removal in this deck, and then we could kill the Foulmire Knight and get in with Swordmaster for some life and a forced block, nearly a forced block, but not going to make this trade here. Yeah, I just feel like I can't do anything. I'm not drawing any extra cards, and I'm trying to overcome 4 extra from Oppo. This is good because it effectively is card quality. I mean, it is card quality at least, so I'm happy about that. Let's see what we got on top and then plan the rest of the turn. Lash of Thorns. Elite Headhunter is good because we can pitch our Witch and kill the Foulmire Knight. And then Lash of Thorns... Lash of Thorns doesn't do that much. I'm going to ditch the Lash, but keep the Headhunter. Mike likes getting 8 life. Trade with the Foulmire, since we didn't find removal. Mike says 8 because we get 5 off the life link and then another piece of food. I think this is correct, though. We're going to do this. Do you still want to do that? Because if we wait, we could potentially just kill the thing. But I suppose we need to kill other things, too. Lifelink of the Death Toucher's got to die sometime. I'll do this line with what we've got coming. That's true. I thought we were going to wheel these because I didn't think anybody else was in heavy black, but GIMP was black enough to take our stuff. This must be Runaway Together. Which is interesting, because at least we get to... Oh, they're going for that. Okay. Yeah, just keeping our life low. That's fine. In the context of a Magic conversation, I absolutely can. Now, Noble could grow enough to just straight up eat the Legion, but Gimp has to give up 2 creatures to do so. Cauldron Familiar is pretty easy to give up, but I'll take either of the other ones, so let's make him do it. And we still get food here. Even if Legion is eaten, we get to eat as well, right? It's just, I should read the card. Yeah, deals combat damage to a creature. Giant Skewer ended up really being an overperformer. I wasn't too impressed when I first saw the card, but it really did some work by the end of the format in my eyes. Yike. So, how do we survive? Can we survive? 7, 8, 9 total mana. So if we play this 4, 5, 6, 7, we do have Headhunter, Throw, and Eat. So we're at a virtual 9 with 2 damage being able to throw around. I mean, it just has to start there regardless. Yeah, we could also equip an attack and have that be our life. Yeah, I like that. We gotta send... I like Skewer... equip is 3 on Skewer, so it does affect our ability to do some stuff. But getting to 11 is pretty big game. And then we have 1 chump, and then that's enough, right? Because this would be 10. Does this enters the battlefield, lose and gain? Anything here create food? Nothing creates food. Let's put this out and take a look. And this is where, with 5 mana, we can eat and equip, or eat and chuck. Or not, I mean, eat food and equip the Skewer, or we can eat food and use the Headhunter to throw the Witch. Throwing the Witch with the Headhunter doesn't kill anything right now. And so one thing to, one reason... 2 blockers for the Menace Knight. If we do that, though... Attacking non-human. Human. Okay, actually, I should read cards. This doesn't actually make anything unblockable right now. So there's that. I could throw 2 times, not now. No, it's 3 to throw, and we have but 5 mana, right? You like Cardlinger's line? Equip and eat is a lot of life, it's true. All right. I'm in for that. Do we need to attack, though? We could even try to get that life on the blocks. Trouble is, it's a 2-for-1. Or it's, I guess, yeah, with Locthwain, I guess yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's stay on the D. Stay on the defense. Piece of removal and we're done for, but this is a plan. Gotta have a plan and then accept how it goes from there. Well, we're on a clock now. Yeah, I dig the clock too. I think it's a fun design. Liked playing the Dimir control deck that used it in standard. Well, at least it appears this is not anything obvious for Gimp. And I'm going to eat food here. If we find another witch, we get a third food, and we can make more with a skewer if we need to. Interesting. Another banner on black gives us some interesting attacks even. So we put the, I guess the Headhunter, no it doesn't. Headhunter gets blocked by Turtle and Noble pretty easily. Just trying to figure out if we need to leave anything up. 7, 8, 9 total mana right now. That's 2 Headhunter activations and 1 eat, but we can play the banner and still have 2 Headhunter activations, so I'm going to do that. Yeah, so the Swordmaster can go in, though, because now it 1-for-1s with all of this and gets us a big chunk and puts him near dead. So, and Headhunter is creature Planeswalker. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Can read the card. Creature or artifact. We can pitch food. In fact, maybe we pitch food at the Paladin. Send the Swordmaster and be ready to throw some stuff. I like it. If they do the Noble sack, they still have to give something up. Like they could give up the Turtle and get a 7/7. We could throw, let's see, 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, I guess the only question is, do we really regret this if they block, sack the Turtle, and prevent the lifelink? And then we're at 9 with a bunch of mana, and they're having a 7/7 and a 4/3. I think it's worth it. We have backup plans. And the Headhunter can just straight up take out the 4/3. We're fine with this, though. See if the Noble sacks. No. And let's see, with 4, 5, 6, 7, if we don't equip, we have 2 things we can throw for 4 damage total. And if we equip, we can only throw 1 thing, but then we have an equipped Headhunter. I think I equip here. Do we even care about the clock? I mean, it's both sides, right? Oh no, shuffle your hand in graveyard. Yeah, never mind. That's why I liked the card. Right. It's not balanced that way. But it does, you know, maybe we mill him. Oh no, it shuffles everything. Yeah, we can't beat the clock if they do that. Or we're not going to mill them if they get the clock off. Yeah, we could kill the clock if we find any of our million removals. Actually, we can just chuck this. Yeah, we actually can just kill it with the chucking food. But food is also kind of how we were going to try and win. But removal's good too. We're going to just straight up take this. And we get to throw the witch. We don't have to throw all of our food. Yeah, actually we have this is actually good for us, right? I can throw something at the ferry right now. Untap, kill clock. Covetous Urge maybe changes things. Anything we want to cast in here? Into the story. Gosh, there's a lot we want to cast in here. But do we even need to do that yet? I kind of like going with the plan that we had. And starting there. So we drew a cool card, but it doesn't change my plan at the moment. But look, we can even cast it. It does drop us to a virtual 2 if we don't leave up food to eat. But can they even attack given our hasty 6/4? Or not our hasty, our menacey 6/4. Maybe I should have thought that through more. No, it is sorcery. It's instant speed. So now, I mean, I could urge now, but because I took the risk of not taking this noble out right now, I think we leave food eating up. Do you agree, or do you want to urge while the mana to max mana? We can leave food. And then Urge next turn. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. Yeah, with 10 mana we can Urge and cast. So let's leave our safety valve up. Yeah, we can even just Urge the kitty for the win, potentially. That's interesting, but it doesn't give them food. It gives them power. But this is why we're happy we left our food available. They gotta try and hope that I miss the food or something. They know that I'm not gonna. But this should be cleanly ours now. I don't see any way they can gain life, because I'm not gonna let them make food off the skewer, and we can steal the kitty for the win. And don't even have to spend the food. Hey, there's our witch. That was our other way to get there. You're late, witch. Your sisters are already dead. Funny way to get the win. This is for you, D. Frickin' D taking victory laps on O2.
I do calls, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Yeah, that's right. 3 witches is perfect, right? Whew! Alright. Still don't love this deck, but I love my hair. Good game, Gimp. I thought we were. When you watch the replay, you'll see that I certainly did not like my chances once you resolved into the story. I'm like, how do we overcome that card advantage? That was a really interesting game, though. Thanks for playing. Next up. Alucardio playing under the Float account. Pretty sure I played Alucardio on one of my side accounts just randomly that I never play on screen. So there's no way Alucardio would have known it was me. We'll do this. All right, we can keep this. Swordmaster into Banner into Headhunter with removal around. Oh, I forgot a couple of things here. Darn it. Try to catch me. I feel badly that I took Mama's sleeve money and didn't. Mama, you get free sleeves next week. You don't have to spend. And I'll still try to get these in this time. But I want to get both the sleeves put in place, and then we should be playing that Witch's Cottage. We're nearly mono black, so the Witch's Cottage plays in this deck. Hunting heads. Headhunting not going to be what we're doing it with, though. We're going to go. Well, we could Headhunter here. Maybe even go ahead and offer this. Like, I don't care. They could kill the Swordmaster, and then we have drop Headhunters. that are pretty tough to mess with when we got Reeve Soul and Downfall behind. So I'll go ahead and offer here. Land next turn, we can Headhunter and... oh, no, never mind. Oh, yeah, we could. Land means Headhunter and removal. Don't even need to necessarily use it. I'm gonna hold. Because this Shambling Suit isn't very good yet. And yeah, I would rather spend some removal on a Lock Dragon. Oh, that's interesting. We probably get him just on the toughness alone. Except we'd still have to use the Downfall. Let's go ahead and exile the dragon. I can understand discarding for Foreboding Fruit in that they lose 2 life and we're applying a lot of pressure here. You like throw banner at dragon? I like the banner pumping our headhunters, so I didn't want to do that, but I suppose that was an option. Empty suits, I tell you. We get Bake and Reeve, and not quite lethal. If we had 1 more mana, we could even get lethal this turn with Bake, Reeve, Pump. But we do get to... With Bake as an instant... Yeah, I shouldn't let him block at all. We're just gonna destroy power 3 or less. Bake. And looking good for us here with the Lash and the 2 Menaces. Alucard's got to do a lot to not die next turn. And that's not a bunch of mana to do it with. There you go, on his own terms.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Yeah, that was a little bit different from the last game, huh? I have pulled it even. Another even pulling. That happens a lot, it seems. Prof Wright up for the first time. Welcome to the Gauntlet, Professor Wright. Good games, Alucardio. Good game, I suppose. Oh yeah, thank you. I remembered. Because of you. Wait. We gotta cancel out of this. How do I cancel out of this? Try this. Cancel challenge. There we go. Appreciate the reminder. You know I'm going to time you out when you do the early celebrating, D. And if you're just leaving because you're sad about not getting my hair this week, all right, we'll see you next time, bud. And if you're sour about getting timed out, well, stop crowing on 2 wins. Sorry, where we were Prof-right, yes. Right on. Thanks for being a good sport, buddy. So you're just sad that you didn't get my hair this week? Or maybe you're tired. What time is it your time? You're like, gotta be looking at later in the evening, huh? Well, Mountain and Covetous Urge aren't the best of friends. We do have Heraldic Banner. We also don't have any 2-drops, but going with the spirit of the most recent Mulligan decision on limited resources, we're keeping this. Basically any land. I mean, Mountain would be funny. We don't want mountains. We're mostly swamps. We're going to keep and hope we get there on lands. Jesus didn't go for the ponytail, D. Come on. Well, I've only been waiting to get my hair cut because of COVID. I'm going to get my second vaccination and plan my first haircut in a long time. I don't plan to get it cut really short. I plan to try and figure out how to make longer hair work better. Oh yeah, I'm not loving the ponytail, but it's functional. It helps me function. And I like it a lot better than the Nick Cage Con Air look. Or as D would like to say, the Jesus Christ look. Oh, we got another green deck. I'm worried. I like Witch here. I mean, we could play this and effectively ramp, but 3 is a lot. I'm willing to throw the Witch in front of that Rider, so let's make that happen. Also worried about getting hit with this. Oh, and also totally owe you a meme. I just kind of missed that. What Oppo did to get that. Look, look! Yeah, Aaron Forsyth, my former boss's boss and good friend from Magic R&D, quipped on Facebook a couple months ago, like, there seems to be 3 hairstyles right now. Home cut, 70s, and sus. Those were the 3 categories he had. All right, well, now we don't have any choice. We're going to banner for black. Sus. That's sus. Sus doesn't mean guilty, but it's sus. All right, what are we giving up here? We can probably let the other banner go. Although they've been really nice. Keeping our removal. You could ditch, let's ditch the errant, and then we can get it back with the witches, right? That's pretty clean. And then second banner. You like getting rid of the urge? You see why I want to get rid of the errant, though, right? I guess we can cast it next turn. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Whereas we can't cast Barrow Witches unless we find land. But I kind of like risking it. For this Biscuit. We could save Bake Mana. Or play the Witch. I'll play the Witch. Try again to block our Rider. Paladin is gonna eat a pie. Good Headhunter, but let's just take out this nasty Paladin. I'm a little worried about the old Reaper, but we'll find other removal for that, I guess. Whoa! Whoa. Whoa. That's a problem. We'll play our most expensive thing here just to max mana. It shouldn't, Tron, since it's on the battlefield becoming something. I mean, it didn't enter the battlefield, it just changed while on the battlefield. Couple of must kills, and us without much to kill with. Let's see. Nothing in there. We can urge the hand, but we really need blockers. I guess we go, let's see. If defending player has 2 or fewer cards in hand, it gains flying. So if we play out a card, this gets evasion. But if we play a Barrow Witches, it can at least double block with the Headhunter and force the recursion of the... so we got a Barrow Witches to not completely lose. Oh, that's right. I forgot. No flying. Didn't think that went through. I kind of don't mind that in that... I mean, now I can at least top deck another Bacon to a Pie. Or we also have, you know, the big fall. That would be ideal. Yeah, Epic Downfall is what I'm talking about. Could just be dead to pump here, but, you know, can't play around that at this point. Epic Downfall off the top one time. One time! Please! One time! Can we even live? We can get 9 life if we had the mana, but we don't kind of have the mana is the problem. Although we can block and get enough to technically live, it just feels like we don't really have much, nowhere to go from there. We could, yeah, I could Covetous Urge their hand, but yeah. Wheel stops that block. Yeah, look for Epic is maybe correct, but I don't think we survived the turn. Still, not much to do besides that, so that's what I'm going to do. Maybe Prof screws it up. Swordmaster isn't going to get it done. We need to go find Epic. Yeah, I don't think we can survive unless Prof makes a mistake, but sometimes your only out is your opponent making mistakes. We'll make Prof do it and then scoop it up and tip the cap. Exactly. If we could chump, it'd be fine, but the trample does us in. But always give your opponent a chance to make a mistake. Man, there have been some games where I thought, well, we're completely dead. All Abu has to do is this, and then they don't do it. In this case, Errant and Urge? Or Witch and Urge. Witch and Urge, I guess. It doesn't matter. So there you go. Make him miss the line. There's always hope. So 9, we're effectively we're -8. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah, so we get to double block and live, but like that's our big victory. Ha ha! Although epic downfall off the top means we have chances. Well, like if we drew perfect, if I could stack the decks from here and Prof drew nothing but land for the rest of the game and we drew everything that we wanted for the rest of the game, I think we could do it. But obviously that's wildly unlikely. Yeah, technically, this is a technically mostly dead, but
Your
like...
friend here is only mostly dead.
I think this is about as dead as I've been while still legitimately being able to run the mostly. Because we could conceivably, with perfect draws, get there. Just so. Yep, can recur it with the food, but we're going to at least do it on... I guess it didn't even matter to do it on upkeep or not. Whatever. Don't call it a comeback because it's not a comeback yet. Yeah, it comes back tapped. No, it doesn't come back tapped, but I mean, it comes back summoning 6, so it can't attack us this turn. But we still need Epic Downfall. And if we get Epic Downfall... Yeah, as I said, we needed perfect, and didn't get there. All right. Good job, Prof. Welcome to the fray. Starts off undefeated against me. And chat's closing in on winning the week. I'm closing in on saving my gems, at least. Yeah, we needed... I guess we didn't have outs when they played the flyer, because then we had trample and flying killing us, so... and we don't... I guess we needed... yeah, we needed cards that we just didn't have. So we were dead. Good game, Prof. Nice work. Magic Star and Cardlinger are our final competitors. Maybe I'll draft an Arena Cube before I sign off today on this account and play it over the weekend as my fun for this account on the weekend. Right on. As Hat observes, our last two competitors are my Discord guides, or 2 of the Discord guides on our Going Optimal Discord. Thank you so much, gang, for all that help. We're going to play Witch's Cottage tapped on 1. Boo earns, but oh well. This is a keep, though. A little bit weird. Skewer, no creature, but we have some of our removal, which I like access to. Might even have to reeve the pesky Ginger Brute, depending on what we see here. We have blue-white tempo skies, tempo aggro. White tends to be pretty aggressive in the format. Lots of adventure, combat tricks, and the like. Keep playing black sources since we have a black spell in the deck. And I am going to reeve here. I guess we could skewer. If they haven't done anything else, I'm going to drop skewer first. Spends our mana. If Magic Star could counter this and it wouldn't be the end of the world. Although I don't know what there is 2 mana to counter a skewer in the format. I've lost my thread on what counters to be aware of and play around. I know it didn't say please, but I can't remember the other stuff. And yeah, I'm going to go banner on black. If this gets countered, again, not the absolute worst. I'd like it, but if we pull a counter, I've seen worse results. And we did pass a Mystical Dispute in the draft. We know there's one out there. We passed some didn't say pleases. There you go, Hypnotic Sprite on the adventure side. It's funny, I played so carefully to be able to play this, and look, we were going to draw it. If that resolved, we would have drawn the Covetous Urge. So we could Reeve Soul, but we got enough life here that I'm just going to get a creature on board. No, it must want to use Magic Star must want to use all their mana here because they didn't make Gingerbread unblockable. So I'm expecting either a tap out or a hold up of an instant they want to have up. A tap out it is. 2 Stone Coil Serpents. I got one of those. There's going to be some pie bacon today, though. Do bake a pie. Yeah, let's get rid of this 5/5. That's too big. And we can even Swordmaster. I forgot that. This is actually gets us something. That makes me feel better. We used all our mana. Little touch of extra value. This is kind of the removal flood I was expecting with this deck. We could destroy this and try and get in, but I actually like Reeve Soul, the Flutter Fox, and just equip up the Skewer. Let's try the Flutter Fox first, see if that lands. I guess we could also play the Swordmaster. That kind of gets us some life total back. But I'm in for this. You want to race? Let's race. I can catch up in this race. Pauses are explained by Crashing Drawbridge, by the way. We don't know what that card in hand is. Hardly an all-star in the format. I didn't play it much, but it has a role, ironically, in aggro. You know, giving haste to your stuff. Kind of a weird card, though. It's got an aggro mode and a control mode. Yeah, Gingerbread activation as well. Good call. One, two, three, four, five, six. So we get Swordmaster plus Bake Up. That's nice. Could move the Skewer, but I'm going to keep up the Bake. Let it go. Queen of Ice. That's because that's what it makes me think of. You're as cold as ice. Rah, 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 rah. Kind of like Skewer on Swordmaster, send in and bake a double block, but that only works if we find a basic land. But that's what I'll do if we find a basic land. And if they go for the race here, I guess I just bake something into a pie. Don't love any of these as a bake target, really, in the sense of they're not hugely important cards, but you got to do what you got to do. I don't know if we have artifact removal. Like, do we care about Servant versus Queen? I suppose it doesn't matter too much. They're both just 2/3s at this point. I'll go with Queen of Ice because if they have run away together, I would... Oh, that's true. Yeah, Queen is just a little bit better. They're not virtual vanillas. I also don't want Clockwork to go back to hand for the extra card draw. All right, there's the basics, so I am going to execute the plan I mentioned. Although we didn't even need the bake. We already used the bake, so I guess the plan, it didn't even need the mana. So I actually would have preferred to draw something else, but I like putting this over here. And then sending both, being at a virtual 12 plus food eating. Virtual 20, virtual 18 seems good. No knights in the yard right now, but if Oppo does anything to kill either of these, we get value from the witches too. Uh-oh, what's this about? Another Stone Coil Serpent. Certainly didn't like seeing 6 mana tapped. What are you up to, Magic Star? 3 bakes, Haj. 3. I was saying the only thing I was really just sad we don't have any card draw. If this deck had just a little bit of card draw, I think it was actively solid. It's just the lack of card draw means that the removal can be not enough. You can fall short even with the good removal. Do you want to eat? We got more witches that might turn this into kill, so I'm gonna be greedy and not eat any food right now. There we go. We can also chuck the food with the headhunter. With 3 left, we can even do that as a combat reaction. Like, basically, headhunter means the Ginger Brute cannot contribute to the damage. Clockwork Servant can still trade for the Swordmaster, but that's okay. So let's start here. You like move the skewer? Too late now. I liked holding up Headhunter activation. If they want to trade off with the Swordmaster, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, anything dying is also okay. Great point, true. Anything blocking the ogre, we can finish off. And happy to make this trade here. that block is weird because now we get both of their powered creatures without even having to do anything. So we'll do this, and this is a nice trade, and throwing food at the drawbridge feels great in terms of our chances, I think. Oh yeah, I got mana to activate. That does make sense. You're right, gang. Not weird at all. My brain is weird, but I am gonna go. I guess I don't even need to do this yet, right? Ah, they didn't do it though. And now I've got double food on the gargoyle anyway. Yeah, that's true. If they if Magic Star had decided to eat the food, a point of damage rolls over to the gargoyle and we still get a good food throw. So really? I just like, I mean, when I can use up mana I can't spend anyway and food that I have plenty of, I'm really surprised you didn't want to do that. What? Why wouldn't you want to? Nice call on dance. Yeah, that explains a lot, doesn't it? That's why True thought for sure it was dance, just because it fully explains what Magic Star was up to. But we are not dead yet. It's better that I killed the bridge now. Yeah, pro headhunter, but we can bake that and still get a chuck after that. Yeah, good point. Right. I was like, oh, but they got it as a 4/4, but I see what you're saying, for sure. Now, what are we doing here? I can skewer or chuck. But if we put a skewer on the headhunter, we get a 4/4 menace, and they have to block 2. We would get 1 dead, and then we'd lose our... Yeah, I guess, yeah, Swordmaster for 2 bodies is interesting. Also, getting some life back looks interesting. Sure, let's build the board out. I like it. Good call. You would bake and equip, but then what are you doing? You want to stay back on D? If we're going to stay back on D, I kind of like the Barrow Witches, although I really like draining for 2 if we could. Yeah, that's reasonable too. How about... I think I put the skewer on the Errant as a 4/5, blocks excellently on this board. Oh yeah, sorry, 5/5, and then we still have the bake. I like this. And we have activation threat as well. I agree, Haj. I didn't like the Witch's Swordmaster play because it doesn't give us the curry favor, which I think we do want to try and get fired off here. Yeah, Ginger Brute as a nigh unblockable 4/4 is also a problem, but we don't have many tools for that Stone Coil Serpent besides blocking without, because the Headhunter can't get it. The thing about the Brute is the Headhunter can get it next turn, and the Headhunter cannot get the Stone Coil. Does that make sense? I mean, baking it saves 4 damage here. But we do have a plan. But I guess the Knight Errant is... the Ogre Errant is successfully holding the rest of the stuff down. So the other thing we could do is just focus our removal on the things that they are attacking with. Because right now, Magic Star is saying, well, Gingerbrute gets in, Gargoyle gets in, nothing else gets in. So if that's the case, maybe we should just focus on the stuff that's getting in. Yeah, so I am on that plan now. Boy, we're busy in the kitchen today. Oof, that Stonecoil Serpent is painful off the top. Why can't I get an 8/8 Stonecoil Serpent once in my pathetic life? All these Secret Keepers not being actually part of a mill strategy is a little weird. Well, didn't I bake before they drew? Or, I mean, it was like, that wasn't my plan at the time. As soon as it was my plan, I did it. Well, I get taking them. I just don't know why you run them if you're not trying to mill your opponent out. I mean, I guess it's an 0-4. Maybe Magic Star is going to self-mill with the dance. But I don't like running Secret Keepers unless my... one of my deck's plans is to mill you. Jeez. Weird. Got something in my throat. Yeah, I suppose you only need so much. But boy, if you're not milling them to death, the milling does basically nothing except help them. Like, it helps us. We got Barrow Witches. We ought to have more, but we don't. All right, we could move this skewer to the Swordmaster, and everything is a trade on blocks. I probably just block the drawbridge in that case, though, and I don't know if it actually helps us. We can start chucking food around as indicated, as planned. I think we hold and be prepared to chuck food at stuff. But yeah, I guess with the... I guess we can send the Errant. And if they triple block, even then, let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I can play this and have 3 activations of the Headhunter. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 total points of damage. So then, yeah, they have to put all of their... They have to triple block or... And then we just have a dead ogre and all sorts of potential food options. Yeah, I like that. Let's send both. Errant and Swordmaster. Give the Swordmaster Menace. And then the Swordmaster... Oops. I should have played my Swamp so I had all 3, but we don't need all 3 to execute the plan. Until after... Oh, I should have. No, it does matter. So there's a little bump, but I'm still going to do this. Because we can play it and finish stuff off. It'd be better to have it mid-combat, have all three, but we should be able to manage with 2 mid-combat. Yeah, this is okay for us. And I think we like that. Off? Yeah. And then we'll put this first to be sure. We'll kill off the gargoyle after combat here. Yeah, we can. Well, the third toss... Yeah, right, exactly. The third toss requires damage anyway. That's why I was saying it ultimately didn't matter. Headunder was not a good card in the format. It's been doing extra work for us today. Well, this game turned around. Can't block that at all. This looks like a I give up attack. We'll accept this block. All right.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
Now my gems are safe too, and it comes down to pride. Who's taking the week? I like it when it goes to 3-3 for the final game. Gotta love a game 7 for the win. Cardlinger, the anchor for chat. Let's see how it goes. That was a really interesting one, Magic Star. Well played overall, I think. Maybe there were some things you could have done differently there, yeah, but I liked how you set up the Mance. In fact, it was so... True saw it coming. I don't know, maybe True saw the draft or whatever, but True didn't think there was anything you could be doing but dance based on how you were playing. So I at least like how you set the dance up. This is live. Hi. No replay here. Gonna keep this. I do not, Herschel, sorry. I really don't play much constructed at all. That thing's a bit scary, but I'm going to go with the Lost Legion here, looking to find some lands. There's one. The Reeve Soul is fine as well. It effectively means we are not going to have a land for turn 5, but we can operate on 4 for a bit, especially with a banner. So I'm going to keep both of these and in this order. So now we can banner up and have no other play. Or we can leave up Pie, and then next turn we have banner with the Reeve. So I'm going to Pie here, and then next turn, like this. Okay, Reeve is power 3 or less. So unless they do something, I don't know how this gets to 4, but if it does, we're in serious trouble anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and bake this Ogre into a Pie. And actually, I'll send... We're not the aggressor here, but I don't think I'm blocking the red cap given my intent to Reeve its soul next turn, so I might as well send in for damage. Archon maybe says we have to go for the Archon with the Reeve Soul, but we're definitely starting on Banner. At least threaten 2 colors here. All right. We could also just try and block the red cap. Right now, we win. So I think we take out the Archon. That thing is flying and scary. This thing is scary, but it's also on the ground. We can manage this a lot better. I will stay back, though, now on D. Hush, hush, thought I heard her calling my name now. Play an Archon of our own. Pro-white against... steal our Oppo's pro-white and just drop it? What do they do? Yeah, that does Tempting Witch, Barrow Witches. All these witches are not cool with Hushbringer. But yeah, let's just do that now. And then we really get... solid on our defense next turn. I mean, we said Archon is stupid and dumb in this format against white, so when you can steal it get from your opponent, that's pretty good. But they got red, so they could pick this off still. Make him have it, though, right? Don't mind the land, because now we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got our stroke! Our stroke, everybody! Well, it's not a board wipe. You can only hit 3, but 3 is pretty good. Which 3? I want to get the Hushbringer dead, so this stuff does stuff. I want... Yeah, we can do the stroke meme, sure. What do you want to get, though? Yeah, I guess we leave... If we leave the white, we have the Archon, but I kind of want to start attacking with the Archon. There's 2 red caps. Which are you talking about? You want to leave this one alive since we can trade pretty easily with it? Timber wants to go to Cardlinger's face. I can't see doing that at 19. I'm going to go for... Definitely Hushbringer. Yeah, Youthful Knight is pretty manageable, isn't it? All right, let's do that. I'm with you. We got the Pro White. 2, 5, so we'll go an extra. Let's see, if they had +2/+2, what's the most important thing to kill? Probably the Hushbringer. So I'll put some extra here. I got Pro Right to blanket if I'm willing to stay back on D. I like getting rid of the Hushbringer for sure. With our ETB hand.
I be stroking. That's what I be doing. I be stroking.
And I guess we just race now, especially with all this food coming. All right. Sorry, I got distracted with texts there. We have 7 total mana. We can bake and witch. I like bake and witch, or we can barrow witches. Let's see, we have anything? Nah, we got no knights in yard right now. Yeah, I don't know what that was about exactly, but I'm gonna go, let's start with an attack. And Tempting Witch holding up bacon to a pie makes sense to me. Oh, right, Archon tax. Hey, look, we haven't done this in a while. Where is it?
Oh, no, please! I can't read your crazy moon language!
Throw this up onto the Archon. And send these. Let's see, this is 2. Yeah, so I'm going to... The Witch does more damage throwing food than attacking, so I'm going to leave it back. And if Cardlinger can do something about either of these... Yeah, there we go. Style points for Cardlinger.
I do my hair toss, check my nails. Baby, how you feeling?
All right. An exciting gauntlet this week. Started off 0-2 and brought it back to a narrow victory. Good games, chat. Good games. I'm gonna hop right to soapbox mode here. For posterity, we'll update this record, and I will heap praise upon my awesome mods for their work on this event. I really don't have to do much except show up and make sure to remember to check my messages to see all the stuff that Hat and Mama have laid out for me in the gauntlet. Thank you, gang. And thank you, participants. I appreciate you taking the time to help me make some content today. Thank you, viewers, for hanging out and rooting for your various interests. Always, it's a little north versus the south around here on Fridays, as some are conflicted on whether to root for me or root against me. It can be hard not to help someone right in front of you find the best lines, though. That's what we have fun with around here, right? So anyway, appreciate it. Appreciate all the views and support and awesome content that you help me create. So thanks, and thanks, YouTube friends. We'll catch you at the next one. See ya.